There is this question I think many creators always thought of. It's the question of who do you create for? And I think there are two popular answers for that, which is creating for audience or creating for oneself. Years ago, if I was asked this question, my first answer will be I'm creating for audience. And that does make sense. After all, audience are the one who experience my creation, accept me. They are the ones who can give me their critics and their love. At the same time, there are many things that very important for general audience like healthcare or other knowledge. Those are something the audience needs that may be different from my needs. But then come my second phase where I want to create for the sake of myself. Because after all, I have my own story, my own struggle. And so far, all my lesson learned, it's given me more good than bad. So I know that it's actually useful. So there is a part of me who want to share it to someone else because maybe it will help their life just like how it helped mine. So yeah, I've experienced those two phases. I know that each view is valid and reasonable. There is no need to force only for one box. We can actually stand on the middle and choose what serves right in different moments. But unfortunately, there is this tendency in society to choose one and forget the other. And it has led into a lot of debate where the more firm I am in one choice, actually the more intense the internal debate is. And as a human being, it's also easy to be swayed by society's extreme tendency. It's easy to feel like I need to choose one out of the two. And it makes sense because maybe that means I will belong to one side completely and things will actually get easier because after all, navigating between two things is definitely harder than only one. But again, I've experienced both. My conscience cannot deny the validity of the other option. So there's always this intense inner debate every time I want to create something, and it happens for years before I finally find my third answer. So now let's go back to the question, who do you create for? And my third answer will be I create for the universe. I think I start thinking this way after I experienced my trauma healing journey. I went through a lot of struggle, a lot of inner fight, self-doubt, self-blame. It was really painful. But several years after that, I realized that things actually start to change and it's for the better. I start to grow, be more confident, even my family start to grow bit by bit. I feel like it's a miracle. And only after that do I realize I've stumbled on a very great opportunity. I start to see that there are many reasons behind many things and it's very bizarre. Like there is this unseen hand controlling everything and it somehow works without anyone noticing at all. And there should be many words to label this magical power, isn't it? Universe, God, the source, it's all the same. And I try not to debate over a label because what's important for me is since then I start to believe on this unseen power like completely. But what is the connection between these and the third answer? How does creating for the universe works? Okay, so I now see there is this unseen hand that controls everything. It's the one who can see the bigger picture, the ones who understand how things supposed to be even when I am not aware of it. It was terrifying honestly when I thought about it that way before. But then I realized that it's just the fact. I cannot run away from it. There are truly a lot of things that I cannot control. In my lowest moment, I can only pray to God. So actually feeling fear makes me more anxious more than calm. So I better accept it, right? So I can easily let go more. And isn't there a saying of man propose and God dispose? That's what I really want to integrate in my life more, including my creation. And there is also this concept that I think makes sense that I'm just a piece of puzzle inside a bigger puzzle board. And that bigger puzzle board is the universe. So God or the universe is the source of me, my life. They are the bigger picture that shape the smaller pieces. My story, my struggle, my art are all coming from them. Everything happens for a reason, isn't it? And God knows what better for me. The path I may take, the growth I may experience because it's all coming from them. So from the start, I truly have no right on controlling this blessing, this life, my shape of puzzle, or at least not completely. I'm here to receive, process, or experience, and later I will pour it back to the universe, letting it arrange those creations to serve a bigger purpose, the ones I maybe will never know about. It's like a cycle of receiving and giving back, or maybe created and creating something back. Isn't that very, very magical? But of course, it's not easy to hold on these views. There are always moments when I feel sad, desperate, defensive, confused, even judgmental. But understanding all of those at least allow me to have a pillar I can lean for. It's the pivot I need when I'm ready to move on. Understanding all of that also makes me realize a lot of things. That my piece of puzzle always have a room to exist in this world. And they exist for a reason too. I don't have to copy someone else's goals, someone else's purpose, someone else's way of living because I am myself, my own story, my own experience, and I have my own way to contribute. At the same time, I also understand that there is a lot of puzzle pieces in this world. Some stand side by side with me, around me, or fitting in with me, while others exist in the other side of the board, not meeting but clearly existing and have their own purpose. This realization is very wonderful because it allows me to be confident in my story, to see my struggle not as a shame but as a unique insight to the world. And at the same time, it teaches me to tolerate other views too, to understand that everyone have their own story, their own insight, and I don't have to meet them if I can, but I should not deny their piece of story. So yeah, this is the third answer. It allows me to create both for myself and for other people who can connect with my puzzle. It allows me to express myself authentically, but also to let go. And I really want to share this because if you are facing a similar inner struggle, maybe reflecting about this can help. You don't have to agree with my point of view, but to reflect on my choice, maybe you will find yours too, even if it's 100% different. So good luck, okay? I hope you can find the pillar you can lean on.